Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games with the next part of my Byzantine Empire campaign using the 1212 AD mod for Total War Attila. We're here defending against Hungary. We decided to lay siege to Zagreb. The reason for it is because we did not want an ally taking it, so that way we don't have to kill them later on. So hopefully we'll take and I decided that we're not going to retreat. We're not going to fall back. We're going to fight this battle. We're moderately wounded. The enemy has some pretty strong troops, but they do not drastically outnumber us. They're only slightly more of them than us. And I think the AI is not exactly very smart. So I think we can win this battle. We have some artillery. The enemy admittedly has more and better artillery than we do. But here's the important thing to keep in mind. They don't always use said artillery properly. So we're going to fight this battle. We're not going to cower and hide. We're going to take the battle to them. We'll wipe out the enemy. We'll wipe them out and take the city for ourselves. So, Battle of Zagreb. So it looks like there's little buildings and stuff here based on the topography. It could be wrong though. A battle is not won with glittering arms and with the hero's hearts. I mean, not wrong. I've won a lot of battles in Total War just by breaking the enemy's morale rather than having any numerical advantage or arms advantage. So they're attacking us with it being foggy. That's going to be very interesting to deal with. Got little farmsteads here. So we need to find a good hill to hold on. Looks like we won't get a good hill to hold on, however. Except maybe where we are right now might be the best place to kind of hold. I'm trying to look around, though. It's hard to tell with the map laid out as it is. So this is not a bad hill to hold on the right flank. The middle, though, is also a decent flat area, it would seem. So I think we could hold here and be okay. Also, I want to see what the Rus mercenaries look like. So they got their helmets, their nice little shields. They have looks like axes. I was gonna say sworded weapons, but it looks like it's axes, no swords. Wait, is that guy a sword? Oh, that's an axe. Okay, so Rus mercenaries are axemen, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have our pike infantry hold the center. Our pike infantry are not the most powerful of troops, but they will help hold the center lines for us. We're going to treat these guys as one unit, because they're both the weakened units, so probably the best units to treat as one unit. Hiccups. We want to make sure these guys are able to keep my pikemen safe, so we'll use the shield wall to try and do that. We want to make sure these guys aren't being flanked. We also want to slightly angle them too, to hopefully make it even better as a defense. And then after those guys, we'll have these two together. Oh, I don't want to group them together. We'll probably have these guys on this flank because the. Why? Oh. Is this raw? Is this slightly glitched here? Apparently it's slightly glitched right there. So apparently we could have a decent gap here, apparently. Or maybe not glitched, might not be the right word for it, but it seems like it's the terrain slightly jank over here. So we might be able to use that to our advantage, honestly. We're placing the Rus mercenaries right there. And placing these guys in position to hold here. Will actually increase our lines a little bit more than I was planning on. But it might be for the best, honestly. And then we'll have these guys on the flanks here just to help with the archers and stuff. Help defend our archers. And we'll keep these guys here. And we'll of course have our catapults in the back, so they can fire over the heads of our troops without too much difficulty, and they can hopefully hit the enemy archers as they come. And we'll have our cav in the back, ready to deal with whatever we need to deal with. Alright, let's start the battle. The general's troops. Alright, then we're gonna move this guy a little bit more like this, a little bit more like this. I think we'll be better. Move you guys a little bit more forward. So standard rounds. So, explosive round have lower base damage, better armor piercing damage, nice explosive damage, better bonus versus infantry, which basically turns it to 100, basically makes it as base damage 115 versus 125. Armor piercing damage of 125, however, and explosive damage 25. What's the reload time? How faster, lower reload time, but it does weaken the enemy, so I think I'm gonna set these guys to explosive rounds. So we have one unit of enemies coming over here. I can't guarantee that's a weak force, so I don't want to send my cav out there to get killed. Because we still have to play this one smart. Even though, like I would love to wipe these guys off of the face of the earth first, but my cav can still get caught and killed if I'm not careful. Because there is like enough sheer force of numbers that they can cause me some issues. So I'm going to wait for these guys to just engage me. Because they're not quite waiting for all of their reinforcements to come. So that means they'll be split up. So I'm more facing one weakened army and maybe like another one army and a half kind of thing. Based on what they're doing. So we'll make full use of that. So we need to kill these guys. These little ballista light artillery. These guys will be one of our main targets to kill. Because these guys will probably do a nice amount of damage to our troops, more than anything else. You know, the catapult will probably get some good hits, because my guys are actually decently packed together. So that could be a very big weakness of ours, which is one reason why I want to be kind of careful here. Let's see, maybe if I set these guys, however, to like loose formation, it gives a lot harder to have a nice cohesive force here. As you can see, it kind of starts getting in the way of each other. We gotta just keep an eye out when the red lines start overlapping is when we need to start reacting to them. But as it stands right now, the enemy just needs to is just moving up slowly but surely. The troops of the enemy, though, are kind of charging way. I'm gonna order these to stop for now. They obliterated that unit actually right before it reached my lines. Well, I can say well done. I'm not. Oh, actually, don't fire yet. Don't fire. We'll let the archers deal with this one. Let's just wipe that guy out real fast.
Our troops are being ambushed.
So the enemy's moving up their infantry already. Do a quick rally. I'm not sure if my spears are properly braced or not. That could be a problem. Where's my general? Oh, I didn't engage my general like I thought I did. Whoops.
The general has fallen. Our victory grows ever nearer.
Get rid of that other ballista will be very good for us as well. Why did my guys not why are my guys not properly moving about the way they are, the way I told them to? I don't know. I'm gonna order these guys to fall back. I don't want them getting killed. This unit took a little bit more of a beating than I think it should have, but oh well. It's fine. This unit will be wiped out momentarily anyways. That was a good recharge on the enemy side there into the flanks of our troops. No, what are you doing? No, Cat Onager, what are you doing? Oh no, I forgot about these guys entirely. They may. Oh, I'm sorry, Cataphracts. I kind of forgot about you existing. You killed an enemy troop by complete accident, but still, I did not mean for you to actually take as much damage as you did. I'm sorry. I forgot I sent you to your almost death. It was entirely a my bad situation. I'm gonna send my general out. It's getting a little risky to send my general out, but as far as I can't see any more enemy cav right now. So, it might have killed them all already. If that's the case, I could freely get around all of their melee troops and try to get a nice flank in here. Where are you going now? Oh my god. Wiping out those bombards will be very nice. Come on, my general, you can do it. Wipe out those bombards. That was a nice charge. Then I can use these guys to potentially wipe out these onagers, hopefully. Or maybe I'll just use them to keep running. I need to keep a very close eye when that thing breaks, and if that guy breaks or not. That unit broke. That's good. Alright, let's charge. Oh, that was a nice connection there. Yeah, they just broke. I'm gonna change the position of my general and have him charge straight into these guys here. Why are you walking? I told you to run. Alright, let's see. Can you hit these guys at all? I'm gonna use this on himself just to keep himself alive a bit more. Looks like the guy I'd sent to kill those guys either broke or they were killed in transit. I'm not sure which one happened. These Ballistarians have 3. Oh my god, this is these guys have gold. I kind of forgot about these guys having gold. So these guys are really good. Sending my Rus. Easy victory. Alright, let's slaughter as much as we can now. The more we slaughter, the less we have to deal with in the next battle. I have no problem dealing with the enemy cavalry as much as possible. I think most of my infantry, though, are going to be a bit late to actually being able to charge down the enemy troops, so we'll just kill as many as we can with what we got. Catapults are being whipped. Now kill those crossbows. How's that crossbow going over there? I think you have a better chance of chasing down those guys over there, I think. See, can I turn my catapults a little bit to fire over there, maybe? Those guys? Before they get out of range, of course. The bonus charge speed doesn't do anything about the actual normal speed, but gives better melee attack, so no real bad things about it, except you have to deal with cav problems. These guys are doing a good job of chasing down these spearmen. Honestly, I love the design of Hungary, of the Hungary troops. Very nice color scheme. Very nice color scheme. Alright, let's see. Can I reach anybody else before they run away, maybe? You're only at 26, you're at 18, you're at 4, you're at 26. Technically, there is more of you. Technically speaking. Alright, let's speed things up though. This is taking a little bit too much time on the cleanup. Yeah, the enemy may have had 3 armies, but they were more like 3 separate armies than 3 armies made into one big one. So we were able to kind of kill them kind of because of that. These foolish crossbowmen. I think we're not really going to be able to catch anybody else, are we? Just based on the current situation. Yeah, maybe not. We might be able to get these Pavies crossbowmen before they get away. That'd be very good, because they still have a lot of troops left over in this group. What about over here? What are you guys doing? Oh, you guys, guess whoever you're chasing got away, so we'll just chase those guys, I guess. General's over here. He might be able to reach somebody before the end. Maybe those guys? Maybe those guys? The ballista? Oh, those militia spearmen would be nice to get. Even though they're basic militia, which will die pretty easily, killing them is still a good thing to do, you know. This kind of reminds me, like, kind of killing everything here, just kind of reminds me, a lot of the death in ancient wars usually happen on the retreat than the actual fight itself, because as you just routed, you know, you turn your backs on the enemy and then they can just chase you down with impunity and kill you, you know? Well, let's end battle. Heroic victory. I think, did that unit get wiped? I think this must have been wiped out or just broke eventually, but that was my bad on that one because I stopped paying attention to them and I could have pulled them away safely, but I wasn't paying enough attention to them, and so they lost a lot of people. Our archers did a decent job, but our cav definitely carried the day, I think, killing most of their large number of their artillery and our ranged units. Let's take on the warriors because we'll need the replenishment. We will need to start we'll need to like refill this army, unfortunately, after this, but it happens.
Your people are widely admired, and I humbly request.
No. I won't become your allies anymore. You've broken my heart by ending our treaty, so you must pay for it. My heart broken, you know. Bump, 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 bump. No trade. Because I will kill you. No ifs or buts about it. Oh, it looks like the rebel army has come to attack Sinop, but apparently, according to this game, we think we will just win pretty easily. And I think we will win. I don't think there's any way they can beat us, so I'm just going to resolve this, because the reason why is they're all archers. Except for this guy and this guy. Well, I guess these are technically, you know, lancers and stuff like that. But they're all cavalry or archers, which means they won't really be able to break into the city. So I'm gonna quick save it, and then I'm just gonna auto resolve, because there's no way I'm gonna lose this battle, and it'll be kind of just boring to watch. It happened with even there's bigger armies than them that have attacked cities of mine with that kind of army composition, just because the way the AI works. They're like, we're not going to attack and build proper siege equipment because that'd be too smart. Looks like Theophilos have died. Imperial succession of the Holy Roman Empire has occurred. There's a rebellion imminent in Wichamajigi. Honestly, one thing I might just do is I might start instituting some of my, of doing some political favors for people and just canceling them, so I can lose control, a little bit of control. But I like respectable, but I kind of want balance more than I want respectable. But we'll see. I don't think any of my guys are able to be promoted there. Let me try. Let's see. I want a governor. I'll make you a higher rank. That way you can have. I don't know who the guy who died is, but oh well. Let's see. Can any of you get married yet? You can marry. But is there anyone available? Apparently not. You can marry, but I don't want to. You can marry as well, but there's nobody who you can marry quite yet either. Oh, did her husband die? I guess maybe the guy who died was her husband, because she has 2 kids, neither of which are illegitimate. So that must mean that, you know, that must be her husband. So here's my faction leader here. He's not that young, so he should be able to do stuff just fine. But I'm actually glad we fell from powerful to respectable. It will help with the public order problems we're having. So Tana will rebel, but there's an army situated here that should be more than enough to deal with any rebellion that pops up. It might just be a minor inconvenience, but otherwise not something to worry about. I need to do the increased slot script. There we go. We have everything properly assigned, but let's see. So this is the army here. We can kind of group things together if we want to. And make them kind of small, though, which would be a problem. But I definitely want to group these 2 together. That way we have a healthy unit of cav, not have to worry about anything else. So this army, Fire and Steel, can get a better bonuses. So it has bonus integrity already. So we can do melee defense, I think will be good. And melee attack will probably be a good thing, too. Though I do like the missile bonuses as well. Let's go for the missile bonuses, because missiles are pretty useful. The melee troops aren't as useful. So now that they've weakened themselves to such a point, I can just auto-resolve and take the city. Because we've wiped out all of the real defending armies. Now everything left is just a skeletal army. So, there's a skeleton force. I'm surprised it's so not in our favor for the auto-resolve. But we win anyways, but it's like I'm kind of surprised the auto-resolve didn't think that well of us. I guess maybe because we're taking a city, or something. It'd be my only guess. We're taking a city that's decently high level. Would be my only guess about why they think that way. I can't afford to convert you because I'm not high enough tier. So it's good. I do find that kind of thing funny. It's like I can't afford to make you mine because of reasons. I would like to. Maybe I'll demolish some of this stuff, honestly. But I do like the fact that it gives me food, not giving me any negative tax rate. So I don't think we'll bother with that. I kind of think I'll demolish this building for something else. And I want to build a chapel, so that way we can start doing some converting these fools to the proper form of Christianity. We took Krakow here in the north last episode. Our armies will need a couple, like 2 turns to replenish. And then this one, I'm not really in a hurry to do anything, because mostly due to the fact that, I could turn this one to an artist studio, but I don't think I want to do that, so I'm going to demolish this. This is a higher level that I can currently convert into, at least of this exact same thing, that I can make it something a little worse. Some of these stuff I can convert, some of these I can't. The Kingdom of Bohemia. Those guys will have to keep an eye out on for. So it looks like the new capital of Hungary, or maybe this is the capital of Hungary, is about to be attacked by my ally. But my ally doesn't have a big army of Bulgaria. I don't really think they'll take it. But, you know, at least they're there to threaten it. Can we recruit anything? We could apparently recruit Cuman Royal Guards. No, we can't. But, it'll take a little while, but I'll leave this unit here just to hold and replenish slowly over time what's left. Because these ones, while I'd be nice to have them, it's not very important to take them. They're better. It's better if Bulgaria is able to have it. I mean, it's not better if Bulgaria has, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if Bulgaria has it, I should say. Because they're my good friends. Alright, so I need to keep recruiting this into an army. So I can now start getting this into getting some units here. I'm tempted, but I'm gonna go for first. So apparently archers are foreigner manpower. Why are archers foreigner manpower? That doesn't really make much sense. So it looks like this is the peasant manpower. Let's see. Why are archers foreigner manpower? That doesn't really make sense. But these ones are these Turkoman horse archers though are not. What? That makes no sense. I guess we're gonna fill out this army with horse archers because they're actually easier to get than normal archers for some reason. Okay, I guess. I do find it kind of funny though. Health sit up and they'll start going to positive. Yeah, Smyrna unfortunately just needs this big population here just to hold it, just to keep it happy, and I can't afford to not have it be happy, so it's like, oh, awkward. So we'll just have to end churn, I think, at this point, unless there's anybody else we could trade with who's not already trading with me and hates me. Except you, Thessalonica! Except you! Anybody not you! Oh, I can still sign a provisional governor, apparently. Oh, I guess maybe because I took this area, I get an extra one now. I don't really know where I'd really want to make one new one. Maybe Lydia wouldn't be a bad place to have a provisional governor. Unless, I'm trying to think. Maybe Lydia. So I need a governor for Lydia. I can't afford one because unless they're family, right? Because I think it costs money if they're not family. So anybody in family be able to take governorship. And what up here? There's one candidate. He's homely. He's keen though. He's uncompromising, charismatic. So he has no negatives. All right, and also you can be a governor. I can now issue an edict. Let's make it so empower local ruler. So that way they're happier. So I think that's honestly going to be not bad, because I think I have a lot of maintenance costing stuff here. Actually, no, that's enough. Wait, I don't have a chapel here. I just realized that. Let me demolish the butcher shop, because it doesn't give me food, and instead, well, it does give me a nice amount of money for animal husbandry. We don't really have anything that gives me wealth from. I don't really have any animal husbandry wealth, actually. They're all considered something else. So I'll demolish that and make that into a chapel. Religion shall spread throughout the empire. We shall all be religious. Or else. Alright, let's end turn now. I love how that appears as I click end turn. Like, it wasn't important before, but now that you've ensured you can live a couple sides street it. I'll just let you know. We've taken now we've taken Zagreb, which was the territory, one of the territories of Hungary that I wanted to take because it was part of the Roman Empire. The sad thing is, for the future of Serbia, is the fact that Serbia is mostly the fact that Serbia is going to have to be killed eventually. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually offer a military alliance to Serbia. The reason why is because I don't think it has all that close relations with Thessalonica. So if I can get a military alliance with Serbia, I can then use them to. I could potentially have them join me in a war against Thessalonica and maybe Bulgaria. Theoretically, actually, this might be wrong. But I'm thinking maybe Bulgaria will then go to war with Serbia, and then, I won't have to worry, and then maybe Bulgaria will take off for me. I don't know who you are. So there was the Kingdom of France now exists, or at least we first just encountered them. Apparently the Abbasid Caliphate still exists somewhere. Oh, there they are. There's the Ayyubid Sultanate still exists. Oh, hot damn. I thought these guys were wiped out. Apparently the Ayyubids, though, are very weak. They only have one region, actually, so they're definitely not a force to be reckoned with anymore. And their last remaining enemy is also very weak. The Abbasid Caliphate is also very weak. The Ulus of Tokai still is pretty big, but they're getting pretty beat up by the Republic of Pisa, which is strength rating 3. So basically, taking the Roman Republic will be very interesting because we're going to be facing some pretty strong powerhouses. So I really would love if Bulgaria stays my best friend, but there's no guarantee of this.
We are, as always, a welcoming host to you.
I would actually love to trade with you if we're not trading already. I think we actually are trading. No, we can't trade with these guys, even though we have territory adjacent to each other. And Hungary, of course, is about to be whipped. Bohemia, I don't need to have any problems with Bohemia, so let's have a non-aggression pact. Never mind. Castile.
We are, as always, a welcoming host.
We already are trading, so it's not the end of the world. So, Kingdom of France. So I don't think we need to actually kill the Kingdom of France. I think it's a new faction, too, so.
In the name of the state, welcome.
So, and let's have non-aggression pact, too. But now we're trading with each other. They already have their military allies with the Kingdom of England, which is surprising. It's all things considered. It's England. We have a non-aggression pact? I didn't realize that.
You will find me a willing and attentive audience for your speech. Give tongue to your words, and I will answer.
Oh, I'll deal with that later. So I can start upgrading buildings and things like that, but I'm not sure if I want to quite yet. So we have fields, wheat fields. I'm going to demolish this building for something else. Demolish this building. I thought I already told it to be demolished. Weird. Zagreb. I want to just demolish some of the buildings here. Definitely that needs to be dealt with. We can't have that be something that exists. We'll turn this one into wheat fields for more food. We'll demolish that. We can make this stronger, which would not be a bad thing. But first I need to prioritize is recruiting my military. So... And then... let's go for a Varangian Guard unit for some DPS. I think that'll be fine. I can't upgrade this to a gibbet like I would like, so we'll have to deal with that later. Actually, I should probably do that first, now that I think about it. So let's make this into a gibbet, so that way we can execute criminals a lot easier. So what's the situation over here? So we have public order problems here where there's a rebel army, but it's very small. I could probably wipe this out with this current army here. That way we don't have to worry about these guys at all. Causing any problems. Yeah. We may be mostly, you know, archers, but there's a lot of archers, a lot of arrows to wipe them out, you know?
Ready for battle. At once.
There we go. They've been dealt with. So apparently we get some military traditions now in this army. Considering it's all missile, almost entirely missile troops, I think upgrading missile troops is a good idea. The bright side, now public order is actually good here. I'm still not a big fan of these guys being anywhere near my territory. Oh, I kind of forgot there's that rebel army by Saxman. Awkward. We will just pretend I didn't see that. Trebizond's just being held by that little garrison army. Here, I assume you're not being held together by military crap. Apparently it is being held together by military presence, so we'll just have to wait on that. So, in 3 turns, this army will be ready to go. What's the situation in the north over here? The Kraka army is ready to go in 2 turns, so we can maybe start moving out in about 1 turn. Or whenever winter's over, because we don't want to advance during winter when, you know, and suffer all that attrition for no reason, you know? Get about it. One thing we'll have to do is we'll have to kind of be very careful about Belgrade. Well, Belgrade will probably have a decently sized garrison, all things considered. You know, considering it's a citadel of all things, which, well, we can't upgrade it because we don't have, what is these codified thingy-mabobbers? Here. So called codified constitutional reform. No, wait, that's something else. I don't know where we get that from, if I'm being entirely honest with you guys. Oh, well, I know where the Despot's Palace, apparently. Mercenary Barracks, that's not what I'm looking for. Apparently, I do not know where they get a citadel, so I can convert it. It has to be somewhere, that's all I know for certain. Let me double check. Let me see. Maybe I just misread it. So what does it say I need? It is quick. So actually I was right. It was this one. So in 2 turns we'll start working towards this one, which is the codified constitutional reform. I guess it gets converted to despotate capital or something? It doesn't get listed as one of the enabled buildings, which is kind of weird. Let me check the name. So it's a despotate capital or citadel, which actually is imported arms and armor, which is actually what we're about to do. So we will be able to have that citadel converted. Okay. I was misreading it. Okay. Sorry about that. I just took me a moment to understand what was going on. I have certain areas that are 100%. I'm happy to see it. Apparently, you're a governor, so our bonus tax rate is always nice. Always nice. More money for my coffers. Even if in real life I'm not a big fan of taxes at all. But when it comes to when it comes to me getting the money, it's fine. But I don't like giving my money to other people if I can help it. You see. That's how this works. That's why the government likes to tax you. Is because it's not their money. But not enough people understand is that it's your money when they pay for things. I'm not a big fan of these guys being in my lands. We may be the #1 power, but I could safely say I am looking forward to this next war. However, with the thanks. I am looking forward to this war with Genoa and Pisa because there'll be massive empires at war with each other. The ease of the war, I think, will honestly depend on if Bulgaria sides with me or Thessalonica in this war. I don't know if the AI is going to be like, well, you are the aggressor, so fuck you. Or it could be like, I love you, so it's going to be good. I think I'm going to let him do this. I don't mind having a little bit less control. No, wait, control is what I wanted to keep. I wasn't very smart there. I was not very smart there. And I thought control was the same thing as power, but I was wrong. And because I didn't, I should have just blocked that. That's my bad. I think, honestly, even though one turn could be fully replenished our guys, we might as well just keep advancing forward and murdering everything in sight. That's what I think, at least. No reason not to, really. It's like one more turn we have to take Rogue Claw, which will be the northwestern part of Hungary, and then we could push south into Esztergom if we need to. Or we can just kind of keep this army here, kind of plant to the northwest here, just holding, basically keeping these two in check until my reforms and stuff like that begin to affect them positively. Oops, what does this go to? Yeah, demolish that still. I think I still want you demolished. I wish Demolish, like, kind of dropped them entirely, but it's only one tier that dropped, and so it's like I have to keep doing it over and over and over again. Alright, let's end turn. I think that's going to be the best thing to do at this point. Unassigned skill. I am still moderately annoyed that I miscalculated what it was, because I was like, control, that's the power thing. I want to be lower, then I didn't realize that's a problem. It's losing control in that respect. Was my bad. Oh. I should hopefully be able to get power back, but still unfortunate. I need to check everyone's loyalty to make sure I get to increase them, and maybe I should start gathering support, if that's an option, to try and get more control again. Oh, I don't want more power, I want control. So if it's rather switch only power, then I don't want to do that, because that'd be a bad idea at that point. But we'll see. I get one. We'll see, we'll see. One thing I'm really concerned about is that, from what I can tell, it seems like the entire West is one gigantic military alliance. So I think the moment I go to war, it'll be me against the entire West. Oh my. So now we can upgrade our guys to the high version of themselves. For free, it looks like. So Scutari Swordsman High. They look a little fancier. I like that. You guys also look pretty fancy. Apparently, some of the weaker guys actually upgraded to the same level as the Cataphracts did, so that's very convenient for me. Oh, these guys got fancy. Generals upgrades. So now I want to start working towards getting this, which will take me 78 turns to get it, but I'll get it. I can start having citadels. No, I mean not citadels, but other stuff. So now I can start converting this one when I can afford it. But I can't quite afford it, so we'll have to wait on that. Now, where is my Platia? I want a water fountain. I can't afford to upgrade that one to higher tier. I want to demolish this one because I don't need it right now. In that particular area. So I guess I can't get. I guess it canceled my recruitment of the Varangian Guard because they technically no longer existed. I wish they didn't do that, but oh well, nothing I can really do about it. But now I can start getting archers that aren't foreigner. I wish I knew that before I recruited all these dang Turkle men horse archers. Yeah, oh well. Nothing I can do about that. We'll make use of what we got. I'm surprised these guys don't get tiered up at all. Maybe it's just the way they are that they don't get tiered up. I think I want another... I'm thinking I'm going for this high version of the Varangian Guard anyways. It'll be nice having the DPS. The first, though, I kind of want to just wipe out this rebel army because it's going to attack Constantinople. And if it attacks Constantinople, that will cause so much catastrophe, it's not even funny. So we have to very much put out any sign of rebellion near Constantinople the moment it appears. Because letting it exist is just the worst mistake you could make. So now I can start upgrading my troops even more, so these guys get a higher tier. These are more of a drain on our resources, so we will have to keep that in mind. You can see my amount of money I'm making each turn is going to start going down. Because we're not inside my own territory, I can't actually upgrade these guys, so these guys are still lower tier troops. Is this winter? So we can attack in one turn or in 2 turns, essentially. I mean, 2 turns is probably fine. Krakow's definitely about to go out and is going to go into open rebellion soon. No doubt about that. I definitely like that salt deposit thing, though. I definitely like that. I want to convert this into a city gatehouse if I can. But I can't do that quite yet. Honestly, I think I'm going to demolish this despot place here, though, and build something else in its place. This guy's armor I don't think will really change, except for the general's bodyguard here. Slowly running out of money. On the bright side, these rebels are so close to Bata, I can just wipe them out. I honestly probably would win this battle against them, but I'm not going to be able to really do anything about them. Let's see. I might attack them, but I don't want to attack them right now is the problem. It'd be a short battle, probably, but let's see. Oh, I want to check some things first around here. So, oh my, the Jeepus. Ulis of Jokai, man. Of Tokai, at least. You're gonna get whipped so hard. It's not even funny. Alright, so we're gonna wait. So that's gonna be a turn there. So these guys, I'm gonna wait for fully replenish, which will be done in 3 turns. It keeps the group somewhat happy, and we're slowly working on making public order changes to hopefully cause less problems over here as well. I would love to get rid of this ducal ship, but it's a nice +8 bonus, and that is worth its weight in gold in my view. I also want to start upgrading this one. I can get a gibbet in here, and finally Trebizond can stop trying to rebel against me. Or maybe I'll make a healing spring. Oh, actually, sanitation's fine now. So I think I'll just start making something else here. But let's just make the gibbet. Which apparently, surprisingly, there's not one here. Honestly, I should probably convert this to a fishing dock. It'll increase the amount of public order problems here slightly, but well, actually, definitely affect it. Well, maybe I'll wait on converting that. Actually, it actually gives bonus public order. Well, Yermanos, my governor, he'll give me bonus tax rate, which in Constantinopolis, which is really good idea. Really good. UX something kill. Oh, that's the guy who lost loyalty, who I couldn't figure out who he was. Oh, I was going to attack those guys. I kind of forgot to attack those rebels. Maybe they attack me instead. I was going to attack them and wipe them out before they got too strong. That way they don't attack Tana, but I kind of missed it. And now they're going. Now they might be too strong because they're still recruiting every turn. Me, attacking them, forcing them to retreat. I don't think it's gonna stop them from growing. One thing I can safely say is a small problem about the fact that we are taking Hungary territory is that by expanding further west, it means that we're more likely to be attacked if Bulgaria goes against us. We're more likely to have problems as how spread out our borders are. Why is my garrison so weak? Oh, that's why. So this is going to be an interesting situation. The infantry themselves is very weak, but they have the advantage in the fact that my garrisons is very damaged because I guess of insufficient manpower. So this will be very interesting. So, but there's not enough time in the episode here to continue, so I will call an end here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Rumble, for those of you on Rumble. And BitChute, you guys know what to do. Appreciate all that you guys do. I'll see you guys next time.